Assalamualaikum. Hello, I am Ida Murni Jamari from YMS EduTech Learning Hub. Inshallah, we help students to improve by 2 grades in less than 3 months. In this video series of Score A Star for Psle Science, inshallah, I'll be sharing with you how to ace your multiple choice questions and open-ended questions. This is going to be a 3 episodes series. In this first episode, I'll be sharing with you tips on how you can score full marks for your multiple choice questions. If you're ready, let's go. So the steps involved in solving multiple choice questions are: number 1, you must read the question. Number 2, underline keywords. Why is underlining keywords important? Because by underlining keywords, you are able to know the title of the topic that you are being tested on. That's 1. And number 2, from the keywords, you can extract out the concept that you are being tested on. And lastly, you solve. You can either solve by direct method or by elimination. I'll be showing you what is the difference between direct solving and elimination in the next 2 examples. So now let's take a look at a question where you can answer directly. This question is taken from the Psle 2016 paper, question 8. So first, let's read the question together. Carrie puts a plant in a beaker of red-colored water. After 1 day, he cut the stem. A section of the stem is shown. Carrie observed that tube B turned red, but not tube C. Why? Option 1. Tube B transports food from the roots to all parts of the plant. Option 2. Tube B transports water from the roots to all parts of the plant. Option 3. Tube B transports food from the leaves to all parts of the plant. Option 4. Tube B transports water from the leaves to all parts of the plant. So now let's underline the keywords from the question. The keywords are plant, red-colored water, stem, tube B turned red, not tube C. Why? So from the highlighted keywords, we can easily extract out the topic as well as the concept that we are being tested on. So the title of this question is Plant Transport System. And from the keywords, we see the word stem, tube B turned red, but not tube C. So we know that this question is testing on water-carrying tubes as well as food-carrying tubes. So in our science class, our teacher has taught us that the water-carrying tube helps to transport water that is absorbed by the roots and is transported to the other parts of the plant. Hence, looking back at the options, we can directly answer this question. Tube B transports water from the roots to all parts of the plant. Hence, the answer to this question is option 2. Now let's take a look at a question that requires you to solve by elimination. This question is adopted from 2016 Psle paper, question 27. Let's read the question together. Asman has 4 different toy parachutes, A, B, C, and D. The details of the 4 toy parachutes are given in the table. Parachute A has an area of hole 1 square centimeter, length of string 10 centimeter, mass of 20 grams. Parachute B has an area of hole 1 square centimeter, length of string of 5 centimeter, and a mass of 40 grams. Parachute C has an area of hole 1 square centimeter, length of string of 10 centimeter, and mass of 40 grams. And lastly, parachute D has an area of hole 3 square centimeters, length of string 5 centimeter, and mass of 20 grams. Asman predicts that the length of string of a toy parachute does not affect the time needed for it to fall to the ground. Which pair of toy parachutes should he use to test his prediction? Option 1, A and B. Option 2, A and D. Option 3, B and C. And option 4, C and D. So now let's underline the keywords. 4 different parachutes, A, B, C and D. From the diagram, there's a hole on the parachute. The parachute is attached to the mast by string. And this is a table that shows the details of the 4 parachutes. The next keywords that we must underline: length of string of toy parachute does not affect time needed for it to fall to the ground. Which pair should he use? So from the underlined keywords, the most obvious keywords that will lead us to the topic as well as the concept that we are being tested on will be fall to the ground. When do we see such similar words? We see such similar words in this topic called forces. Hence, we are being tested on gravitational force in this question. In addition to that, from the statement of Asman predicts that the length of the string of a toy parachute does not affect the time needed for it to fall to the ground, we can safely say that we are being tested on experiment type of question. When it comes to experiment type of question, we need to know what are our changed variable as well as fixed variables. So from the keywords that we have underlined, length of string does not affect the time needed for it to fall to the ground. Hence, Asman is testing on the different length of string. So length of string has to be our changed variable, while other variables such as area and mass have to be fixed variables. So looking at the options A, B, C, and D, we are going to extract out 2 lengths of string that are different with having the same area of hole as well as mass. So let's look at option A. Option A has area of hole 1 square centimeter. Length of string is 10 centimeter, mass is 20 grams. So let's just focus on the area. If the area is 1, the next set must also have an area of hole 1 square centimeter. And that will be option B and option C. We have to look at the other extreme, which is the mass. The mass has to be fixed as well. So looking at the masses, A has a mass of 20 grams, B has a mass of 40 grams, and C has a mass of 40 grams. Now, A has to be crossed out because its mass is different from B and C. So we eliminate option A. Once we have eliminated option A, let's look at our options 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which of these contains A? And that are options 1 and 2. So we can safely cross out options 1 and options 2. So now we are left with options 3 and 4. Let's go back to our options B and C. Let's check. Do options B and C, or do parachute B and C have different length of string? Yes. B has a length of string of 5 centimeter and C has a length of string of 10 centimeter. Let's check that these 2 parachutes have the same area and the same mass. Yes, both parachutes have an area of 1 square centimeter and a mass of 40 grams. So we can safely eliminate option D because option D has an area of hole 3 square centimeter. So we shall eliminate option 4, which contains D in its answer. So there you have it. The answer to this question is option 3, where parachutes B and C have the same area of hole and the same mass but different length of string. So I hope you find this video useful in helping you to solve multiple choice questions. Please share this video with those who can benefit from it. The more we share, the more we will grow as a successful community, inshallah. So I'll see you in the next episode, whereby I'll be sharing with you on how to solve open-ended questions. So I'm Ida Murni Jamari once again from YMS EduTech Learning Hub, signing off from this series of Score A Star for PSLE Science. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.